Hey, what's up guys, RhinoRatesMusic here and welcome to my new video. So for those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And for those of you who have come from my TikTok page, then once again, welcome. So if you're a person who loves music like I do, and you love talking about music and maybe loves talking about it way too much and just drives your friends crazy talking about it, or you're just the kind of person who just wants to learn more about music, then you've come to the right place, because in this video we will be going through the top 50 best songs of 2021. Obviously it's just my opinion, my own best. I didn't listen to every single album this year, but I listened to quite a lot. So for this list week I'm going to be, and to follow up from my top 20 worst songs of 2021 list, which I did in a gameplay video, but here I am talking about my top 50 best songs of 2021. And note, no, as I'm recording this, Fantano has not uploaded his list before, so if his list is uploaded by the time this is uploaded, don't go saying, oh, you copied his list if my list is similar. It's not. This is my list, my very own list that I made myself, and I'm going to be going through it. But before I do, make sure you guys, if you guys are once again interested in music, make sure you subscribe, maybe leave a like, or if you haven't seen my TikTok page and you're more into smaller videos, maybe go check that out, because I upload more music-related content there. So anyway, let's get to the list. So starting at the number 50 spot, we have Canadian rapper and producer Backwash with her amazing blend of rap and black metal on the song In Thy Holy Name, where she gives an outtake on the way religious Confederate America are treating minorities, especially the LGBTQ plus community, and her take on the way they induce that level of bigotry. At the number 49 spot, we have Dijon with The Dress. So Dijon is an up-and-coming alternative R&B bedroom artist, which was a very popular trend this year, and Dijon was definitely one of the best to do it, and one of the artists clearly following inspiration from Frank Ocean. At the number 48 spot, we have this beautifully majestic but simple blend of folk rock and alternative rock, with Sufjan Stevens and Angela Augustine teaming up for Fictional California. At the number 47 spot, we have another but less expected team up with Converge and Chelsea Wolfe on the song Coil, which is a sick blend between Converge's typical metalcore style and Chelsea Wolfe's gothic punk style, and it works so great here. At the number 46 spot, we have this beautiful blend between country and soul with Whatever You Want by Yola. At the number 45 spot, we have Remy Wolf with one of the biggest pop and rock bangers of the year, Quiet on Set. At the number 44 spot, we have another bedroom type alternative artist, or probably an understatement for this particular artist, but I'm talking about Delete Zeke with Kodak Moment. Just an insane blend between emo pop punk, electronic, hyper pop, experimental, industrial. There's so much going on with this, it's mesmerizing. At the number 43 spot, we have Adele with Hold On, where she is shown trying to move forward from her dark past, but at the same time trying to use some of the things she lived in her past to try and help her move on and try and help her stay focused, and hopefully leaning to a new site of acceptance. And of course, it's done with Adele's typical but beautiful knack of crafting such a simple but beautiful piano melody, with her vocals just doing most of the work here. Coming at the number 42 spot, we have Pink Sifu with one of the more laid-back but beautiful tracks on his southern rap-inspired album, Skird. At the number 41 spot, we have the beautiful and memorable electronic pop banger with Porter Robinson's Mother. At the number 40 spot, we have the very futuristic and very otherworldly synth-pop sounding banger by Magdalena Bay with Secrets, Your Fire. At the number 39 spot, we have this spectacular blend of psychedelic pop, indie rock, dance, and soul with The Worst Thing by Parcels. At the number 38 spot, we have the very confessional and eye-opening and also very honest Are You With That by Vince Staples. At the number 37 spot, we have one of the most recent singles or recent songs of this list. We have Big Thief with Spud Infinity. Just such a fun, crazy, but very enjoyable blend of country, folk, and swing, and Big Thief has just been getting better and better with their single releases, and I cannot wait for their album in 2022. At the number 36 spot, we have arguably one of the biggest rap singles of the year. We have Baby Keem teaming up with his cousin Kendrick Lamar with Family Ties. Baby Keem does a hilarious verse here. Kendrick Lamar's verse is great. The beat switch up is fantastic. Just such a fun song all around. At the number 35 spot, we have the title track to Billie Eilish's sophomore album, Happier Than Ever. The transition with this song is also fantastic, from a more somber, sad, soul, pop-type cut to a rockin' rock song. Coming at number 34 spot, we have some love to the Griselda gang. We have Westside Gunn, Conway the Machine, and Benny the Butcher teaming up for Hell on Earth Part 2. So if you want to get a taste of what the Griselda gang is like together in all their glory, then I don't think you'll get a much better example than this song. Give it a listen. At the number 33 spot, we have J. Cole featuring 21 Savage and Moray with My Life. 21 Savage and J. Cole's chemistry continues to prevail here. The beat is a great blend between new school and old school, and Moray's hook is absolutely beautiful and provides so much to this track. At the number 32 spot, we have A$AP Rock and Blockhead with Abandoned Malls, a song that really encapsulates A$AP Rock's heartbreak and the loss he's gone through with the tragic passing of one of his best friends, and shows how he can use this to hopefully move on from his past and the mistakes he made and the way he was in the past, but at the same time acknowledging that some of those is just sadly not possible. At the number 31 spot, we have one of the funniest and one of the most unexpected bangers of this year, but somehow came through, and here we are with Baby No Dollar and Rich Brian with Edamame. How is it that a song with this ridiculous kind of instrumental, ridiculous hooks, funny lyrics, and lyrics like cling, cling, clang, clang, just there to put the whole thing together, be one of the most enjoyable bangers this year? I don't know, but here we are, and I don't care what anyone says, it's a fucking jam. At the number 30 spot, we have Japanese Breakfast with Posing in Bondage. At the number 29 spot, we have Sons of Kermit with Field Knee Jazz, a beautiful blend between world and jazz, and a very confessional and uplifting track, but not the kind of positive uplifting way. A very tragic and also graphic vision on the racism that's been induced towards people of Africa. At the number 28 spot, we have this banging and beautiful blend of experimental pop, Latin pop, and flamenco with Rosalia's La Fama with The Weeknd. And probably the most standout song of this is The Weeknd's Espanol vocals, which go over so damn well. Rosalia's vocals are great, the instrumental's great, the message of the song is very great too. That is if you can speak Spanish. At the number 27 spot, we have Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow with Industry Baby. Out of all the singles that Lil Nas X released this year, and with the controversy surrounding them, this song arguably was one of the smartest moves in terms of marketing, and also probably the best single, as the horns I can't get over, the hook is insanely catchy, Jack Harlow's verse is great, everything about this song is just a jam. At the number 26 spot, we have this beautiful but weird and distorted blend of gospel, noise, and I don't know what else, but I love it. I love it with Disappearing by Low. At the number 25 spot, we have Hiatus Kaiyo with this insanely fun and colorful blend of jazz and soul with Chivalry Is Not Dead. And the lyrics here, just absolutely hilarious, but just put the song all together, and it's insanely fun and colorful. At the number 24 spot, we have this emotional and confessional and low-key slow-tie banger with Push featuring Deb Never. Who would have thought that an emo-type song from the UK would exist? At the number 23 spot, we have one of the biggest bangers of this year, especially on TikTok. We have Doja Cat with Get Into It. So, who would have thought that Doja Cat would be one of the few artists who can actually pull off a Playboi Carti impersonation so well? It's a banger. At the number 22 spot, we have The Weeknd returning with his 80s revival with Take My Breath, which also is basically a middle finger to all those artists who have been copying the style he has brought back since then, and showing them that he is the best, and he clearly is, and he could have not returned any better with this new single. Taking out number 21 spot, we have Tyler the Creator with What's Your Name. Just the beat here is insanely low-key. Tyler rides this beat incredibly well. It ties in so well the storyline. Ty Dolla $ign's background vocals are impeccable, and NBA Youngboy does an insane verse here, and yeah, almost carries the track. And this is one of the very few moments where I, as a person who's not a fan of Youngboy, can unironically say Youngboy better. At the number 20 spot, we have this insanely dark and tragic Please Stay by Lucy Dacus, which If you're a person who has a friend who has been going through trauma, depression, and is questioning whether they should live, then this is a song any one of those people can relate to, even when they don't feel like a psychologist. At the number 19 spot, we have Madao Mokhtar with this very interesting but impeccable blend of Saharan rock and desert blues with Afrique Victime. And the riffs here are just incredible. The vocals are incredible. This whole 7 minutes this song lasts. It does not get old at all. At the number 18 spot, we have this kind of scary and originally spoken word song. We have Nick Cave and Warren Ellis teaming up for White Elephant. Don't let the title or the spoken word passages at the start fool you. This is a very dark song and not easy on the ears, and some of Nick Cave's darkest songwriting since the Lazarus days, or maybe even Murder Ballad, because it's insane. At the number 17 spot, we have one of the most unexpected beauties of this year, Spelling with The Future, which is an incredible blend between modern aesthetics and also elements of classical music. And I'm talking about music from the 1800s. Tchaikovsky, the strings and horns and the way they compress, the way they compose is absolutely gorgeous. At the number 16 spot, we have Silk Sonic with Smoking Out the Window. Almost any of these songs I could have picked, but the one that I had the most fun with, the one that stuck out to me the most, had to be Smoking Out the Window, with its hilarious lyrics, its sediment, very low-key, but also fun instrumental. Just, yeah, everything you love about Silk Sonic and everything you love about Bruno Mars's vocals and Anderson .Paak's sense of humor and charm just goes together so well here. At the number 15 spot, we have Nas with his interpretation of both religious aspects and the world with My Bible, driven by a beautiful gospel beat, and also shows Nas's perception of religion and the way he could perceive the world as being portrayed like a Bible, but his own version of a Bible, and it's just absolutely beautiful. At the number 14 spot, for another beautiful but tragic song, we have a song from arguably one of the biggest and most controversial albums of this year, an album that has its flaws, but also so many gems. And it was so hard to pick one of these, but in the end, I had to go with Kanye West with Life of the Party featuring Andre 3000. Not only do I pick this song because of Andre 3000's verse, which is absolutely tragic, ties in the album's themes of loss, acceptance, grieving, and the religious aspects, but also shows him calling out to Kanye's mother to seek out his own pain, to seek out his own mother who he's lost. And then Kanye's verse, while it does not have that insane Drake diss anymore, it ties in the themes of the record so well and coincides very well with Andre 3000's verse. Both these artists just, it's such a rarity when we get an Andre 3000 verse, but the few times we do, it ends up being great, and this song is no exception. At the number 13 spot, we have Black Country New Road with, no, not a song for the first time album, but a song from their upcoming album, a single from their upcoming album, Chaos Space Marine. So, yes, I absolutely love the chaotic and weird aesthetics of their album, but I honestly think that out of all the singles for their upcoming album coming out next year, this one, well, I could have picked any of them. This one, Bread Song or Concord, sound really lead up to an extremely promising album that I cannot wait for, and this song in particular, its blend of avant-garde and jazz just strips away a lot of the rock elements and post-punk elements from their previous album, but that is not a bad thing at all, because the instrumentals, from the strings to the horns, the saxophones, the piano, the drums, and the bass just converge so well here, and it's just perfect, this song, and I cannot wait for the album. Cannot wait at all. At the number 12 spot, we have the absolutely tragic and emotional The Light by Brockhampton, which opens up with a beautiful organ-driven beat, and then guitars come in, and then you have Joba expressing his emotion, his heartbreak over the suicide of his father, and Kevin Abstract also with his crooked relationship with his mother and her refusing to accept him as a gay man, and the way these themes converge together and their importance on the record is something that I greatly respect. At the number 11 spot, we have James Blake with Say What You Will, which not only is the instrumental here absolutely beautiful, and also very sympathetic and synthetic, but in a good way. The vocals here are beautiful. The lyrics tie in well with this heartbreaking album that he released earlier this year. And James Blake's vocals are on point, especially at the end. The operatic vocal performance at the end is so touching. Like, I could have picked any of the singles from James Blake's new album, but this is the one I had to go for the first one. At the number 10 spot, we have one of the most educational and important and eye-opening hip-hop songs of the year. We have Jid with Skiji. While this is not the best produced song of the year, it doesn't have the best beat, although I do love the sampling, its lyrical content is what makes this song stand out. If you guys don't know the Tuskegee experiments, look them up, because it was an awful, awful moment in American history where a bunch of African Americans were essentially taken into Tuskegee University for experiments, and their families would be promised provisions, money, support, which they were never given. And Jid looks back on that dark, dark past and the way it's affected modern America, black people's trust with the medical industry. It's very educational, especially to the younger fans, extremely educational, and ties in with the themes of racism and Jid's distrust for white America and the medical industry, which is very justifiable and a very, very powerful song that makes me more excited for Jid's upcoming album, which I'm hoping was coming out this year, but it didn't. But this song is definitely a single that I will be continuing to look back on. At the number 9 spot, we have St. Vincent with Livin' a Dream. So imagine the Pink Floyd song Us and Them, but with a more country vibe. Yeah, this is what this song is. The keys on this are absolutely beautiful. The country guitars and the strings and St. Vincent's vocals just work so well here, and literally makes this song sound like a dream, like you're living in a dream. And that's just neglecting the lyrics of this song, which are also beautiful and ties the theme of this record so well. At the number 8 spot, we have easily one of my favorite hip-hop, or whatever you call it, hip-hop, reggae, deconstructed club bangers, a song that sounds like no other, and a song that could rival almost any song by Death Grips, or Clipping, or Run the Jewels, or Injury Reserve, except for one that we'll get to later. But I'm talking about Arca with Senorita. So Arca was one of the biggest artists that came through this year in terms of releases. She released 4 records this year, Kick 2, 3, 4, and 5, all which had different sounds, all which differentiated from each other, and all which tied in the themes from Kick 1, but built upon those with each record. But this song from Kick 3 happens to be one of my favorites. It's whatever's going on here, from the bass to the chords, the distorted equalizer, so much going on here. I don't even know how to put it in words, but just listen to it, because it's insane. It's a banger that I'm going to continue listening to for years. It's so damn good. At the number 7 spot, we have one of the biggest pop queen sensations coming through with a song from her re-recorded version of Red. And I'm talking about Taylor Swift, and the song I'm talking about is Nothing New, featuring Phoebe Bridgers. So this song not only showcases that Taylor Swift is coming out with some of her best music ever, from the Folklore Evermore era to her re-recording her old albums, which she did this year with Fearless and Red, and she came through with a few new songs that didn't make it onto the original songs from the vault, and this is one of those from Red, and it is absolutely amazing. It is easily one of the best indie songs I have heard all year, if not this whole decade, because Taylor Swift is showing that her transition to more indie and folk territory is leading some of her best music, and collaborating with artists of that area, like Phoebe Bridgers and up-and-coming artists, is a massive, massive W for the indie community, and hopefully a W for Taylor Swift fans who have not checked out Phoebe Bridgers' music, because their chemistry here is undeniably impeccable, incredible. The lyrical content of this song is great. The instrumental is simple but so crisp, ties in with some of Taylor's more laid-back folk inspirations, but also Phoebe Bridgers' more spiritual take on indie. So yeah, just the song's absolutely amazing, and if you have not checked it out yet, check it out. At the number 6 spot, we have one of the hardest songs to put on this list, because this was hard, because obviously there were a lot of great albums that came out this year, and I could only pick one song from them, but this was probably the only album where I couldn't do it. I couldn't pick one song from it, so I had to go with 2 songs, and this kind of works because this was sort of 2 albums in a way. But yeah, in case you don't know, I'm talking about JPEG Mafia with his LP album, which came out in the online format and the offline format. So that's why I've gone for both these songs, Dirty and Hazard Duty Pay. So you have Dirty from the online and offline version, and Hazard Duty Pay only from the offline version. So technically it counts, but still, I don't care. I can't pick between these 2. You have Dirty with its insane instrumental and insane switch up in the middle. At the start, Peggy going more political, and even calling out people like Lana Del Rey for marrying a police officer, which Peggy has expressed much distaste for in the past. And it's switch up in the middle where he starts dissing these other modern rappers who are just following trends, copying each other, and for them who don't have their own recognizable sound. And of course, you have Hazard Duty Pay with one of the best R&B switch-ups I have ever heard on any hip-hop song. He takes an R&B sample, just flips it into a beat, and it is incredible. And if you have not checked out this Peggy album yet, I recommend checking the offline version, because while it doesn't include Bald, it includes some songs that aren't on the online version, and of course some of the best songs from the online version, like Dirty, like Nemo, like Trust, like Rebounds, because there's so many bangers from this album, but these are the ones I had to go with. Check them out. Coming at number 5 spot, we have a song from arguably one of the most underrated artists this year. We have Genesis Owusu with I Don't See Color. I Don't See No Color. And this song is, again, I can't describe it. Genesis Owusu, one of the most ambitious artists of the year, who's already defined himself as an artist who doesn't want to be labeled down as one genre. He's doing hip-hop, rock, funk, neo-soul, jazz, R&B. He's doing everything. And on this song, this blend between soul, neo-soul, and psychedelia, and his message, his outtake on the way people, and not just in America, because Genesis Owusu is from Australia. It's great to see that artists from Australia are taking this issue at hand. The way people perceive black people and the way how the minority of black people with their negative actions makes people perceive every black people, with Genesis Owusu questioning if one crime one black person commits is the way people should judge a whole race, then that should not be it. And he doesn't care about color, he doesn't care about race, and he does it so well here. And I also got the lucky opportunity to see Genesis Owusu live, and I saw him play the song live, and if you ever get the chance to see him live, see him live, because he is out there. He is just as crazy as you would expect. He's amazing live. Check this song out at least. Coming at number 4 spot, we have probably the best rock song of this year. We have Black Midi with Slow, and this, despite the title Slow, it is complete opposite of slow. This song, this blend of progressive rock, jazz rock, and avant-garde is insane. The way all the instrumentals compress in the verses or the choruses is just amazing. The backing saxophones, these silent saxophones ringing in the background, the way this pop through in the track is absolutely great. And Cameron Picton's vocals here, even though it's typically Geordie who's doing the vocals, his vocals work so well here, and easily a big highlight from one of the best rock albums of this year that you must check out. Alright, we're in the top 3. All 3 of these I consider the best songs of the year. It was hard to rank these all, but at the number 3 spot, I went with Injury Reserve with Knees. So some might put this in the number 1 spot because of how talked about this song was in the hip-hop community, and that's very respectable. I can very much understand that, and I do not disagree. From its blends of post-rock, hip-hop, jazz, psychedelia, and the way, and it doesn't sound messy, it sounds so clean, so beautiful, but the lyrics here are also quite confessional, quite tragic, and existential, as Jay Groggs especially is questioning his life choices and questioning what he's doing with drinking, his over-alcohol consumption, which could have partly led to his tragic and untimely passing last year, which makes the sentiment of this song even more dark. Just, how he's no longer growing, his knees no longer grow, but his stomach still is, and people have got to be careful. And the way it's done is just incredible and very respectful. Coming at number 2 spot, we have a song from one of the most unexpected triumphants of this year. We have Lingua Ignota with I Who Bend the Tall Grass. So not only does this song get a big mention for its beautiful organ-produced beat, which goes on for most of the track, but it still never fails to put me in awe every time I listen to it. But then you quickly realize that Lingua Ignota is not fucking around in this song vocally. She's also bringing in her acting chops here with her angry, dark, upsetting, and blood-wrenched deliveries here as she's trying to confess that she has become a vessel of God, she has done what God has said, but using some of the most beautiful but also some of the most evil aspects of religion and this tragic and very complicated relationship she's clearly had, that she wants God to kill this person. She doesn't care. She wants this person dead. And the way she does it is insanely powerful and leads to one of the scariest songs of this year, which I don't say often, but this song is both beautiful, tragic, and scary. It may be a bit overbearing for some, but not for me. It's absolutely amazing. And even though Anthony Fantano gave this album 10 out of 10, this is one of the few times where I can't disagree. But this is my pick for my favorite song from that album. But finally, for my pick of my favorite song of the whole year, the number one song of 2021, I had to go with Little Simz' Woman. So there are a few reasons I picked this song. One, the instrumental is absolutely beautiful with its organs again, the progressive nature, the keys, the strings, the bass is incredible and contrasts so nicely with its blend of UK hip-hop and jazz and soul is incredible. And the literal soul that Little Simz puts into her delivery, which sounds heartfelt, empathetic, and solemn as can be, as she lyrically is not only addressing the issues that women have from the way men treat them, but more so the issues that women put on themselves and more the pressure women put on themselves. And it's not only a track that's helping uplift women, but it's also a way that expresses solutions as to why women are being treated this way and why some treat themselves this way and why they feel this way about themselves and what they can do to, despite Lil Simz not being the most political artist here, she still does this in a very socialistic manner that ties in the themes of this record so well and also really can set the tone for when it comes to solutions feminists are looking at. There is absolutely no radical realism to this whatsoever. It's just absolutely perfect. I'm not a woman myself, but I can tell that this is a song that really can be used as a solution for women who are degrading themselves or who aren't treated right, as well as a hidden solution for how men should treat women too, and how they should perceive women and not underestimate them. And the way Lil Simz does it is just incredible. And combined with Cleo Sloll's beautiful hook, it just ties the song together, and that's why this is my pick for my favorite song, or the best song of 2021. Okay guys, well that's going to wrap up this video, wrap up this list. So if you guys enjoyed, let me know a like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought of this list. What were some of your favorite songs come out this year? What were some of your favorite songs on this list? Let me know. And which songs did I miss? Because I love doing these and I cannot wait to finish off this list week. But until then guys, I will catch you in the next video or catch you back on my TikTok page. This is RhinoRatesMusic signing out, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.